Hello, my name is Sarah Matuk and you're watching ARIS News. So today I have with me Dr. Funke and Mr. Henry, who have created an amazing and wonderful day for the Year 11s who have just finished their IGCSE mock exams. So Dr. Funke, what would you like to tell our viewers out there about the mindful workshop that you have for us today?
Wow, thank you, Sarah. Today was our very first mindfulness day for our students, and we chose to do Year 11s because they just had some really stressful time with their IGCSEs. And what myself and Mr. Henry and part of the team wanted to create was a day where we get our students to reflect, but particularly about stress and time management. And the task that we set for them was to review how stressed they are based on a questionnaire, and for them to reflect. And based on these reflections, they were to design an app. And the app will be a stress management or a time management app.
And so, Mr. Henry, what did you find in common when the students were trying to create these apps?
Like Dr. Funke already said, we had a very great time with these students today. In terms of the creation of the app, one of the very common things that came out was the fact that a lot of them thought it's very useful to have in the app something that tells you when to stop, or to stop you from doing what they want doing, because as you can see, a lot of our youth and young teens are actually hooked on a lot of other things that takes a lot of their time, and some of these can also be very addictive. So sometimes you need something that tells you to stop when you feel like you don't want to stop, and a lot of them felt we needed something like that. The other thing that also came out as well, a lot of them felt they needed those like early morning motivational alerts that can come up on the app to give them that boost that they needed in the morning. And I thought that was very thoughtful, that was very mindful. Also, the team working spirit that came through, everyone was plugged in, well involved, well engaged, everyone wanted to contribute. And that tells us that no one comes in with any form of tabula rasa, like an empty brain, isn't it? They all came in with something, and boy, I tell you what, it was very clear for everyone to see. I saw that, and I was so impressed with that.
So, Dr. Funke, what was your greatest takeaway from this mindful workshop?
I think, Sarah, my greatest takeaway was giving me some deeper insight into what is going on for our young people, for students. You know, to think that they were saying, like Mr. Henry said, give me some motivation, or shut down all my apps so that I can concentrate. It's like they're crying out for us to help. It's not a case of saying, put your apps away or put your gadgets away. They're saying, I need something to completely shut it down. So we need to take this further. You know, although we've created some amazing apps with the students, but now we need to think, what can we do to improve the well-being of our students at our Ryan? So the biggest take home is it's like a wake-up call for me as the counselor of the school, that our students are really crying out for some help.
And I think so many of the students were very distracted. What kind of tips would you give a person who wants to really study but is always being easily distracted?
I mean, this is a very important thing that actually came up. To be honest with you, when we were well engaged with them in the workshop, I would say this to you, I did not find many people not wanting to be there. They really wanted to be there right from the beginning. I mean, we had to set the ground rules, not for them, but they had to take ownership of that and set the ground rules for themselves. And what I realized is that they went through all those 4 stages of group formation, through the forming, the storming, the norming, and the performing. And the time that they had to put this together, yes, you could see that some of them too had to do a bit of delegation, some of them had to split their roles, and then it all sort of came together. And they felt that if we can take this back with us to the way we work in the classroom and remind ourselves, this is an IB school, and a very good one, of course. And when we also saw these IB learner profiles at play coming through, for us, it was so breathtaking. It was so very refreshing to see. And I think the future for this school and for these kids really looks exciting.
Thank you so much for joining me today. I'd like to say that we had so much fun today. So thank you so much for watching. My name is Sarah Matuk, and you just watched ARIS News. Don't forget to inspire, empower, and transform for a better world.